Good morning. What a beautiful day. Sunshine, no clouds, which is like what sunshine means. Anyway, gorgeous. Got a sunrise. Gonna show you in just a moment. But first, coffee. Gonna work on it right now. So if you saw the previous episode, which we put out about a week ago after editing and everything, at the very end you saw coffee poured into, it ended up being boiling water. Well, it shouldn't have been boiling, but nah.
We have to. We'll have half tomorrow too.
We're gonna bring some home. This is Cowboy coffee. Actually, it's Folgers, but we're cooking it the Cowboy way. And yes, we do filter it. Get the water warm, put the grounds in, kick up the heat, leave the lid off. That way it doesn't boil over, because when it boils over, it has a lot of mess attached to it.
The sun will shine on you wherever you go, wherever you go.
Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning, love.
What are we having for breakfast today?
Waffles.
Waffles. How are we doing waffles? Well, we got electricity, so we could put them into a waffle iron that we plug in. But we could also use waffle irons, cast iron waffle irons.
There.
Yep.
Over the camp stove.
I'm gonna do them on a camp stove. It's more fun using them over fire, but we'll do that another time. Anyway, Rome cast iron waffle irons. And we're gonna get that recipe started right now.
They're all working together, all the guys. Folding up all the tents.
Gotta be like a church group or something.
Alright. Love you later. Yeah, they're working together, babe.
Alright. Coffee in hand. Let's get started on these waffles. Yeah, that'll get the job done. Alright, so the rule of my cookbook is you find a recipe, you write it in pencil, you try it, and then if it turns out good, you write it in pen. Haven't done this yet. You say waffles continued. This is out of the Rome. Well, it's because page 1, waffles, and lots of them. Oatmeal, apple, and a wheat nut. We just found out that Wendy has allergies to gluten and yeast. So she'll have a waffle, and it probably will sit just fine, and everything will be good. Recipe calls for 3/4 of a stick of butter. And while it's melting, I'm going to get the other ingredients set up. Get 2 cups of flour. 1.
I'm gonna take this one.
2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, we'll talk about that when I'm not recording.
I don't know. I'm talking.
So the idea is to separate the whites from the yolk. Like that. All right. And 1/4 cup. And a full cup of milk. So now we're supposed to beat the egg until it's stiff, the egg white.
I'm not getting much food out there wet.
Yep.
I got my damn sandals wet yesterday and I gotta wait for them.
I'm bringing my drill with a mixing attachment because my arms are tired. It's official. Next time we bring a pre-made waffle mix. We add water, 1/4 cup of oil, and we have waffles. This is ridiculous. They're getting stiffer. Yeah, if I could figure out how to get the SpongeBob SquarePants and then add the 3 hours later, I would, to the video, because holy crap. Yeah, we're bringing regular stuff next time. Just Krusty's, Aunt Jemima, whatever. This is ridiculous. All good, not a problem. Just wow. All right. So the flour, milk, and 2 egg yolks. We beat this until it's smooth. All right. At the same time I was whisking, I had butter, 3/4 of a stick of butter. We pour that in. That was just melting very slowly on top of the coffee. All right, that's enough of that. They might not fluff up quite like we want them to, but
Running out.
yep. I think we're running out of propellant. I think we got plenty of other stuff. Good morning. Ooh, that baby's hot.
This is for me. This is my waffle. I only want one. I'm not a big eater. That's all you need?
That's all you need. Just
Close it up.
down. It should.
Leave it like that or put it back over the flame?
You can put it back over the flame. It's all good.
Guess it gets done.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
Yeah,
A little
close
bit
it back
longer.
up and flip it back over.
Here's
Go
the
ahead.
reveal, folks. Look
Yeah,
at
that was the
lace.
underside. That was the side that was kind of stuck, and I just undid it. And dang, that's just about perfect.
Yes.
All right, round one warmed up. Perfection never had it so good. One more scoop. One more scoop.
So let me push it a little bit.
That's fine. It'll expand. All right. So what happened was seasoning. These haven't been used very much. Neither one of them. Either one of them. Neither one of them. Nope. Haven't been used. So I got to do a better seasoning job. You can see that it's golden, beautiful. It just stuck to the cast iron. It doesn't look pretty, but you know what? It's going into my tummy. And it's going to be out of sight from the rest of the world in that tummy. Wendy said it was good. I'm going to find out. I'm quite sure. I trust her. She said it was delicious. She's going back for a second one after saying that she only wanted one. Yeah.
But I'm gonna let him eat first.
Well, she's cooking another square one for her.
No, this is for you because yours got ruined.
It didn't get ruined. It's
Well,
edible. I can guarantee
Oh,
you.
but you need
I can. It's okay.
You need a pretty one.
Okay, I'll get a pretty one. I got a pretty one right there. See?
A waffle.
Oh, the waffle. Yes. Well, I'm pretty steady. I'm not going to waffle on my opinion. Well, look, I don't even have to cut it up.
No,
It's already in pieces. See, there's benefits.
there's
Always
benefits to the.
Always look on the bright side.
It is yummy. I'd have to say it is yummy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, there she is. Freshly showered, clean.
Yes, I feel better.
She's got her Helen shirt on.
Yes, see? The back.
Oh, yeah. Nice. And Mystic, Connecticut. Gonna stick out like a sore thumb. When we walk on King Street in Boone, North Carolina. We're gonna do that this trip. I think we're gonna come back to this neighborhood again. There is so much to do here. There's a lot of hiking, waterfall trails. I'd love to hit a waterfall trail. We'll see what happens if we can zip through King Street. That's not gonna happen. We're gonna probably take our time and use up most of the rest of the day, but I wanna do a waterfall hike. But we're probably gonna do a hike here at the campground.
Yes, because we want to do a hike here.
Yeah, well, we wanna do a hike
And we don't
here
have
too.
a lot of time
I
to
know.
do everything today.
Right, so let's get going.
Yes.
Historic King Street in Boone, North Carolina. Good stuff. There's restaurants all over the place. There's bars, saloons, but it's clean. It's not like scuzzy, which is pretty cool. And it's a Sunday, so maybe, well, it's got to be nice all the time. But it smells really good, and yeah, we're gonna bring you along a little bit.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, quite the view. Stonework around here is really pretty. Yeah, this is a cool place. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Boone, North Carolina. Pretty awesome place. We are done here on King Street, and we are about ready to go south to Blowing Rock, possibly to hop onto the Blue Ridge Parkway, see if we can do the Linn Cove Viaduct, and yeah, I think that'll be pretty darn cool. It's an iconic place on the Blue Ridge Parkway, is the Linn Cove Viaduct. And then we'll work our way back to camp and get dinner going. So far the day has been great, so much better than yesterday, which was cloudy the entire time. Bit warmer today, 84 right now in the car, AC's going. I think once we get moving, the real temperature will be shown, but it's a little warm. All right, away we go. All right, we are at the Blowing Rock, not to be confused with the town of Blowing Rock. And there it is, over my shoulder, with Wendy behind. Pretty awesome. It's pretty. It's hazy, but it's pretty. This must be amazing in autumn.
Now I cannot picture my life being without you. You're the center of my life. I know we can't predict the future. Baby, I won't lose you. You know that I will stick around. Yeah, I will stick around. No, I let you down. I promise you that I won't know. I know that it gets tough sometimes, so I need to remind you, love. The sun will shine on you wherever you go, wherever you go. And when it gets dark, stay strong. You're never alone. You're never alone. The sun will shine. The sun will shine. Yeah. The sun will shine. The sun will shine. Yeah. The sun will shine. The sun will shine.
Have you ever had such a good time that you ran out of time? That's what happened to Wendy and myself. After visiting King Street in downtown Boone and going to the Blowing Rock, we found the day getting late and we needed to get dinner started. This footage is from the following day as we took the Blue Ridge Parkway south on our way home. The Linn Cove Viaduct is the most famous bridge on the Blue Ridge Parkway. The viaduct was conceptualized in the 1970s with the design beginning in 1979. Careful consideration was taken to ensure the structure was not only strong enough to withstand decades of use, but that it do so without damaging the environment that it passes over. Located at mile marker 304.4, the bridge is 1,243 feet long and is comprised of 153 segments, of which only one is perfectly straight. A couple of these photos include portions of the 13.5-mile Tanaha Trail, which was built alongside the parkway. close to the Linn Cove Viaduct. Just breathtaking. And there's part of the viaduct right there. Hey folks, Mississippi pot roast. What were those rules that I mentioned? Yeah. So, this is so good that as soon as it hit the plate, there was dead silence in the room, with the exception of clanking forks and knives. Actually, no knives necessary. This is too tender. Don't need a knife, just a fork on a plate and the occasional smacking of lips. We have yet to get a picture of this. Perhaps this will be the lucky weekend. Anyway, Mississippi pot roast. Stay tuned. Check this out. Here's my beautiful wife peeling potatoes. Gonna have mashed potatoes with this. While she's doing that, setting them into the water, I will be getting the meat prepared. To start off, maybe about a quarter cup of flour. The idea is to get enough to dredge both sides of the meat. Now I'm doing this in the 10-inch Dutch oven. And then I'm going to take the salt, add some salt to it, and some black pepper. For some reason, to take it out of the pack. So we have garlic powder. So the idea is to dredge the meat in the flour, salt and pepper, garlic powder, Montreal steak seasoning, Angelo's, whatever seasoning you want to put in there. Dredge it first. Then we're going to have some oil. I'm going to put oil in the bottom of the Dutch oven, put it on the stove, and then we'll be putting it onto the Dutch oven table, onto the cast iron.
Put that wooden spoon with your
will.
out there.
I can. Thanks.
I know it's camping, but you bring that with you anyways when we go camping.
Very true. This bad boy is still frozen, which is just fine because it kept.
They have to cook a little longer, that's all.
Yeah, well, the idea is to have it at about 325 to 350 for about 3 hours. And let it stew in its juices, so to speak. Go about that much. Oh, so good though. This is gonna be great. Alright, just flip that. Still solid because the inside is still frozen. It's an amazing amalgamation of flavor and oh so tender. So I cut down the power, the heat. I may have said it before in a previous video. I'm going to say it a few times. Cast iron is such a great conductor of heat, even heat, that you really don't need to crank it. And that's why I have no problem using these cast iron or this stove, because I don't need to go super hot with it. All right. Wendy, how good is this dish?
It is when you go to put it on the plate.
Yep, it's an amazing dish.
It melts in your mouth.
A melt in your mouth situation. Okay, so for the sauce, kind of forgot. We got some mayonnaise. I had this on the table behind me, didn't include it in the rest of the recipes. And apple cider vinegar. And this was roughly, let's see, they want about 2 teaspoons. There's a bit more than that in there. And then as far as the mayonnaise, it's 2 to 3 tablespoons. I usually put a little bit more in, make it a little extra saucy. That's probably close to 3 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more. And then we're going to do an 1/8 of a teaspoon of paprika, about that much. We do a 1/4 teaspoon of that. Kind of like a ranch dressing, kind of. And then 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. Right about there. You can see that acid just start to bust apart the mayonnaise already. And then we just mix that up. Oh, folks, this is so good. I can't even imagine, like, holy smokes. This is a great dish to have with a group of people. Guaranteed no leftovers. If you have leftovers, you did something wrong. That I can guarantee, because wow, this just goes up. Like I said before, it's last step. Pepperoncini. These are the same peppers that you get at Olive Garden in your salad. You want that. There's a good amount of vinegar in this juice as well, and that just helps with the cooking. You can use the whole, if you like pepperoncini, you can use the whole thing or part. And then I'll just cover it and get the charcoal on.
Oh, you're done with this canola oil, right?
Yep, canola oil is done. 9. Set it right on top. 14. So referring back to the chart that we did last night, it's about a 5 quart, 10 deep here. Trace it down, it's about a 5 quart. Let's see, we'll go to this one, next page. 10 inch, 350, 14 on the top, 7 on the bottom. I think I put 9 on the bottom. So I'll pull a little bit off of that. And yeah, there we go. And we'll do that for about 2 hours. While we're waiting for the meat to cook, we are going to go for a little stroll. A little bit of hiking. Gotta go because Wendy's ahead of me and she's itching for me to catch up. hats off to all of you who make hiking videos and have spouses. Yeah, I'm trying. Oh yeah. Hopefully, yeah, we got a decently marked trail. This is, I believe this is Mountain Laurel, which is part of the rhododendron family, or it's actually a rhododendron. Not 100% sure, but this is pretty cool. They all have beautiful flowers. Mountain Laurel is the state flower of Connecticut, and I think this is more rhododendron. I think very, very pretty when it blooms. You're doing great. Fresh air,
Thank you.
exercise, you're doing awesome. I'm back here. I'm coming. I'm coming. That lady right there, I am so proud of her. She got more exercise today than she's had in a long time.
Now
But
I'm tired.
Now
And
she's
hot.
tired and hot. We can relax. Cool part is that we've got a great view to come back to.
Turn the camera around, show them that view over
Oh,
there.
I am gonna turn the camera on.
Mountain view over
Yeah. So there's the tent, our setup on the other side of the firewood. And then that's the view.
there. Look at that view.
It's awesome. Quite the reward at the end of a hike. A beautiful view like that. And that's the big yurt that we were told about. Yeah, proud of my wife. That lady right there. Where is she? Oh yeah, there she is. Proud of her. She did such a good job. Potatoes. Let's get some potatoes cut up. Just started up some fresh charcoal. Prepare to be amazed. Oh yeah, that's done. That was about, we're going on close to 3 hours now. And that's just residual heat in there. But the gravy is what makes it. You just put a little bit of that gravy over the top of the mashed potatoes and oh my goodness, it is awesome. We met some new friends.
Yes, we did.
Mary, Terry, Rob, and Lee. And some of them are cast iron cooker.
Actually, turn the camera on.
Cast iron cooks. No, everybody deserves their privacy. If they wanted to be in it, then we'd let them be. But anyway, getting mashed potatoes going and having a good time. Shared our site with them, our YouTube page, and perhaps they will decide to subscribe. As it's a hint, built-in hint. Like, subscribe, like, if you like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, fantastic folks. Had a great talk about cast iron cooking and bourbon. And so, didn't bring
Thank
any...
you, Mary, Terry, Rob, and Lee.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. What a great group of folks. They had a great campsite that they had set up that we visited. We're on our way on our hike. It'll do in a pinch. So we put leftover cream cheese, milk, sour cream, or no, not sour cream, mayonnaise, butter. That shrunk quite a bit.
I turn this off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I turn this main one off, the other one goes off, right?
Yep. Get you a knife, because this is not fork tender. Getting back up, but judging by the quantity of food on our plates, you'd think that we were hungry or something. I'm very hungry. This looks very good. Sometimes things don't work out like you think they should. The meat is done. However, it's not as tender as it has been in the past, which is fine. Got a knife. It's still good. I'm swearing by this. This recipe is the bomb. You got to try it. Do like a 4 or 6 hours in a crock pot. If you're going to do the cast iron, just set yourself up to start at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon instead of 5. And you'll get a really good result. Of that, I am 100% sure. It will be delicious. I'm quite sure it's going to be great. And yeah, manja. Like we said before, if you like what you see and you want to follow us, go ahead and subscribe and like. And we really appreciate both the subscription and the liking. We look forward to putting out more footage like this in the future, sooner rather than later, but we'll see how schedules go. Anyway, until next time, have cast iron, we'll travel.